structure is not like the regular Army. Okay, these kids they're all plebes. They're fresh out of high school. Some of them had been waiting long to receive their appointment. This is a very prestigious appointment.
Where at?
West Point.
West Point, okay.
West Point, New York, in the Hudson River,
Hudson.
They have you go out in the field with these guys, they have very little contact with you personally until there's Sergeant Campbell. By golly, what's he going to tell you today? Sergeant Campbell, front and center, post, boom, report. The officer turns the class over to me. Now they've got their hierarchy, the senior cadets, and they're eyeballing everything. But the moment I stepped in front of that podium and introduced myself, this is Weapons 101, Hand Weapons 101. I got a table which is about 12 to 9 feet long, 3 feet wide. Just a big picnic table. I've got all these antique weapons, modern weapons, and any weapons stuff that I didn't know what I was looking at times until I read the brochure on them. But what I would do, I would select 3. Mr. Right, please come forward, please. Front and center. They come down. I'll tell them this, salute the whole thing. I salute them because they are cadets. They outrank me, and I'm a sergeant. So they know it's respect between service. If you show an officer the proper respect, you'll get what you need if it's for real. And these kids, they're bullied now. They've been picked on for about 3 months before they get the summer training. Gentlemen, please select your weapon of choice. And then they got black powder pistols. I had machine pistols sitting up there. I had a lot of communist stuff. But they're all war trophies. But they all would be, if you reload them, you could go out and use them for what they're used for. Kill people. That's all a pistol is good for. Self-protection. And except for the cheese and bayonet. Okay, gentlemen, explain to me why. Boom, 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 boom. And on the side of my trousers, I had a little hideaway pocket, 25 starter pistol. They're all, and those that know, if the kids know what they got in their hand and start talking about, and I'm agreeing with them 100%. You know, you're all right. There's one reason you're wrong. The most powerful pistol there is the one you have in your hand. Boom! I fired up, and then they started looking. What was that? Gentlemen, none of these weapons are loaded. First of all, the mistake was the minute you pick up a weapon, check to see if it's loaded. If it's magazine, drop the magazine. Open it up, make sure there are no bullets in it. And from that point on, I've got their attention. And we go through the steps. I turned my class over to one of the senior instructors, and usually there are sergeants. I was as an E5 at that time, as a junior NCO. As a master sergeant comes up there and starts to actually show them by physically going to the Weaver stance, firing off your knees, having to do quick draw. Believe it or not, the military holster is not designed for a quick draw.
All in one day, or was this over multiple days that they would learn that?
They're out there with us for 3 months. They're going to see us every other day or so to practice and become familiar and proficient with the weapon.
Well, over 3 months, that's the amount of time it takes to learn.
The training period.
Interesting.
Is the same time that you enlist in the Army, you're going to go to boot camp.
Like an hour a day during that 3 months, or like all day?
2 hours.
2 hours.
So, classroom, range. Classroom, range. Classroom, range. This way, they get the finer points. If you don't know your enemy, his weapons, what is good about him, what's bad about it, there's no good to you. You know how to operate it. And we teach them how to operate different weapons. Now, the guys on the rifle range, they have fun. Because you got 50,000 different types of infantry weapons, assault weapons, big ones, little ones, single-shot weapons. what a primitive army might carry, say going up against the Zulu back in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
They had never seen the box Henry rifle. Nope, they charged. They're using a bow formation. Boom. The garrison at Rorke's, there were like 12, I believe, 12 or 13 Victoria Crosses given for defense. These men were professionals. These young men are going to be professionals. They're going to be officers. They're going to be telling men my age. I'm older than most of the. I got more socks I'm wearing older than these kids.
How long were you stationed there as a teacher?
That's only a 3-month assignment.
So you were for 3 months.
3 months. I was the Shabbat of the pistols.
That's badass.
And the thing that really got me is watching their eyes when they actually get to really know what they're doing.
Well, pulling out a gun during your introduction of yourself and your like course and shooting into the air.
Shock 'em off.
That's pretty badass. That's crazy. Like, especially That's pretty.
Very simple thinking.
And
I shock you. Boom! All of a sudden, what do you got? Have you ever seen the story about the atomic bullet? You ever hear the story about that?
I don't know what that is.
On the range, we were introduced to, at that time we were carrying M1s, and we're just transitioning into the M14 box, 20 round box magazine. Beautiful weapon. My personal choice, take to the field, would be an M14.